Hi, my name is Jen, and this is a short video that is from an excerpt of some contextual history that I provide for my Black in Maine series. Black in Maine is a series about a black outlaw nearly lost to time in the early 20th century from down East Maine, an era which was infiltrated by the Klan's influence, even and especially in Maine, and yet we don't ever talk about Maine's Black history during that time. So now I am. It wasn't really better here than in the South. It was just different. It was the same Klan, different motive overall, kind of, but not really. And a lot more white people here than in the South. Its roots start in the same place with a fucking movie. And now we'll pick up with where it starts. It's interesting because this second coming of the KKK came from this movie, Birth of a Nation. Now, Birth of a Nation, you don't understand US history if you haven't seen this movie. I've said it before. It's a 3-hour silent film. It is intense, though. I didn't watch it all in one go. I, kept going back to it for a few different reasons, and some of it was just like sheer horror. It was like, this is an overload. I can't take it. So I turned it off and I go back to it. But it really goes. So first, it helps you to form like a sympathetic bond to the enslavers in the beginning of the movie, and then it gets into like the history of the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, and it does so very graphically with actually like really great special effects, considering the fact that we're not even talking about talkies yet. These are silent films. So that was really absolutely incredible. But it almost like, because you have to put yourself into the position of being someone who's never seen a movie or has only seen very few movies, where this is a very novel thing to you, or it was, the 19 teens. And that movie, I think, manipulated a lot of people and made them more susceptible to perpetuating racism and things that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise. Say, if this technology with moving picture had been used for good and not evil, but it was used for evil. So here we are. This was Birth of a Nation was based off of a book called The Klansman. I recently found it at an antique store for $75, and I really want it. I have to go back and get it just for my own, obviously academic, not because I agree with any of the premises or anything, but from an academic standpoint, I want it. Um, my mother was horrified. She's like, please don't. So, this, of course, I haven't read the book, but the movie, at least, Birth of a Nation, it portrayed Black men as being like just senselessly ravenous sexual predators, and obviously targeting white women and even girls. And it was shown in Maine. It was shown all over the place. And it's interesting that you end up with these repeated cases of Black men being framed for things like this, like the Scottsboro Boys case, if you don't know, or the Tulsa Race Massacre, or even this very instance of Lauren Roberts, the notorious outlaw from Maine featured in my Black in Maine series this clip comes from. This piece of pop culture shaping history doesn't get much attention, but it should, so I'm glad you're watching, and now you know where the second rising of the Klan came from. Subscribe so you'll know when the full episode on the Klan drops.